Welcome to the Montessori Institute of Broward. Our beautiful campus is located in Davie, Florida, near the intersection of Flamingo Road and Orange Drive. The 2-acre state-of-the-art facility is comprised of 3 buildings containing classrooms for toddlers, primary, and elementary children. Our multi-purpose room is perfect for indoor play, parent-teacher meetings, extracurricular classes, and other activities. Our library has a wonderful selection of children's books. Our open field and spacious playground area provides safe and enjoyable options for student-free play. Our mission as a Montessori school is to provide a safe, creative, diverse, and fun environment that enables our children to develop their intellectual, spiritual, and physical beings to become productive members of the family, community, society, and the world. MIB is a warm and caring environment where each child and each family is very important. All our teachers are trained and certified with an international diploma issued by Association Montessori International. This association was founded by Maria Montessori and has their headquarters in Holland. It is the only Montessori association recognized around the world. In Montessori, the classroom is referred to as the prepared environment, and it is a cornerstone of the philosophy. These environments are large, clean, and orderly. They are outfitted with specific Montessori material, all neatly placed within the reach of the children. This material was designed by Maria Montessori to fulfill the developmental needs of the children. MIB classes are organized to encompass a 2 or 3 year age span, which allows younger students to learn from older children who in turn benefit from serving as role models. Working in one class for 2 or 3 years allows students to develop a strong sense of community and friendships with their classmates and teachers, creating relationships that will last forever. The Montessori philosophy offers a well-rounded academic curriculum that encompasses all subjects necessary for an excellent academic education. As the only AMI school in the area, MIB's adherence to this curriculum is unparalleled. The materials of practical life, language arts, mathematics and geometry, sensory awareness education, cultural subjects such as geography, biology, history, music, arts and sciences are complete in scope and presentation. Besides these academic areas, we address the psychological, social, physical, and emotional needs of the child. Throughout all of the levels, we are preparing the children for life itself. We help the children become independent thinkers. They learn to respect and to be aware of others in the world, and they value the differences in race, religion, and culture in the classroom and in their daily life. Values are an important part of the MIB experience. Our students learn leadership skills as well as how to be a member of a group. Each classroom is a small community where they learn to share, to help each other, and to learn for the satisfaction of learning. These children are ready to enter society. They are self-assured and independent, confident in their abilities and knowledge. They are aware that learning is exciting, fun, and a lifetime endeavor. Computer, music, PE, Spanish, arts, and reading are an integral part of our program. During summer months, we offer our summer camp program and the Teacher Training Center to train future Montessori teachers. To learn more, please go to www.montessoriinstituteofbroward.com. The secret of success is found to lie in the right use of imagination and awakening interest, and in the stimulation of seeds of interest already sown. Maria Montessori. The MIB experience is time for children to expand their love of learning, their general knowledge, their ability to get along with others, and their interest in reaching out to the world. But most importantly, at MIB, children and their parents are happy and look forward to school every day.
My name is Alejandra Tejada. I have 2 girls. My oldest daughter attends Montessori Institute of Broward since she was 3 years old.
My name's Melanie Swavely, and I have two daughters in this school at MIB.
I've been a parent of the school for about 4 years now. I had a daughter, Damari, who came through. She started when she was 2. She is now 5. And I had my youngest, Daniela, who's still here. She started at 2 as well, and she's now 3.5.
I have a 3-year-old that's at Montessori Institute of Broward. Her name is Abby.
My husband and I started the process of interviewing several schools. We had about 8 on our list, and Montessori was 3rd. We did go through the whole process with each and every school that we visited, and we definitely came back to Montessori because we just love the curriculum and we love the process and everything that they teach our kids at such a young age.
We visited all the Montessori schools in the area, and we were kind of disappointed.
The teachers and staff were very receptive, and she got to meet her teacher, and they had an almost instantaneous bond. She went to Miss Tita's class in Manatee, and they're still very tight.
We started looking around at schools all over Weston and Davie, and it wasn't until the last school that I actually went to Montessori Institute for the first time, but the first schools that I visited, I got accustomed to entering what a 3-year-old's classroom was, and it was basically a bunch of kids running around. They were running around, they were playing. They're 3. You know, there was toys everywhere, dolls.
The first difference at the age of 2 is the fact that many schools are not schools, they're more daycare, where in a daycare there is no curriculum. They do not teach, you know, math or science or read books. The Montessori curriculum is fantastic. At 2 years old, they start teaching them different things within the household, how to wash clothes, how to read. They'll bring them to the library, they teach them computers, and we just thought that that was mind-blowing. It's excellent.
I even thought about homeschooling, but we really don't have the time. And then somebody talked to me about Graciela. I met with her, and the school wasn't even built, but you know, it was in a process. And right after our first meeting, I just loved the vision, the philosophy that she had, and we enrolled our daughter and waited for the school to be completed.
There are several Montessori schools in the area. However, their class sizes and teacher ratio and the quality and training of the teachers are not the same.
What sold me on Montessori Institute of Broward was when I went into a classroom where they were mixing 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and 5-year-olds, and I was a little reluctant at first. I said, you know, how are you going to mix 3-year-olds with 5-year-olds? There's a pretty big difference there. But when I first entered the classroom, and I saw, first nobody came up to us. We weren't bombarded by kids touching the baby, asking us questions. They were focused. They were completely focused. There was no toys, there was no dolls, there was no castles. It was all educational materials, which I guess are toys. I mean, they were counting beads, they're writing down numbers.
They start at 2 years old, and there are there's 3 different stages. The first stage is the 2-year-olds through 3 years old, and then when they turn 3, they go to the next phase, which is 3 to 6-year-olds, which is where our daughters are now.
The biggest difference and advantage that I see is that, you know, the kids, when they're 3, when they're at the lowest age, they have so many other role models, not just the teacher. So I think you see like a much better behavior. The kids are more controlled, more self-disciplined, probably because they look up to the older kids in the classroom. And the older kids in the classroom have been through all those phases, and now they know that they're looked up, you know, by the younger kids, and they want to set an example. They like to be role models for the younger kids, and it helps them mature so much. I think they're very responsible, very self-disciplined. That's the biggest difference that I see.
I realized the understanding of what Maria Montessori is talking about. You know, the 5-year-olds help out the 3-year-olds. They take a leadership role, while the 3-year-olds they learn from 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds their behavior, and they mature a lot faster. And that's why when you go into a classroom that is Montessori, it's a pretty big difference.
There's a lot of advantages. There is in the 3 to 6 3-year-old class, there's a wide range, obviously 3 to 6-year-olds, and there's about 30 students in the class, but there are 3 teachers. So that does alleviate a lot of the, having so many students in a class. But what they do teach, one of the first things they teach is when they come in, structure. It's all about structure, what they need to do, how they need to do it, and the process within that structure. So at 2 years old, they're already learning. So once they go into the 3 to 6-year-olds, they know what to do. They come in, they're prepared, they know the structure, they know the process. And the other good thing that I like is that at the 3 to 6-year-old stage, the 3-year-olds are with 6-year-olds, so they're looking up to these 6-year-olds. So they're looking up to them and they're learning the habits. So it's a positive thing.
I think that the Montessori material, together with the whole philosophy, just develops a passion for learning, because the kids enjoy what they're doing. Like they're doing math, but they have the abacus, they're moving beads. It's hands-on, so they really enjoy what they're doing.
The child can reach their potential a lot better than they can in other programs. If you're 3-year-old and you're exceptional, you're going to be with 5-year-olds and you're going to be given the opportunity to do exceptional work. Whereas if you're 3-year-old and you're in a classroom of 3-year-olds, well, there's a limit as to what your potential can reach. So that's one thing that I love about Montessori.
The campus itself is gorgeous.
The playground is a professional playground.
Where the kids play is so safe. It's nice and covered, so when there's sun.
I mean, it's already February and we're reaching 80 degrees.
It's a beautiful 2.2-acre campus.
The one thing that we loved was the open space, the fields, the park.
Playground is 5 times the size of a playground in another school.
It was set up very well from the get-go. And if you tour all the other schools, it's not the same.
I feel so safe here, dropping off my child. I know everybody will take care of her. I know she's fine.
The care that I get from my girls here at MIB is what drives me to stay here, and until, I don't know, something drastic happens, they're not leaving. My
child's behavior at home has just been completely night and day.
My daughter is in 2nd grade, and I'm worrying because the school is up to 5th grade. I'm like hoping that they decide to go ahead and at least until 8th grade.
I have a 1-year-old and I can't wait till she turns 2, so she can join her big sister at Montessori Institute of Broward, so they can go to school together, and I can go to work happy and go to sleep knowing that my kids are at a place where they're really meeting their full potential.
She's getting the best education she could get.
So I'm hoping that they'll enlarge the school a little bit and go a little higher than 5th grade, because that means I only have 4 years left.
We went on a cruise, and I didn't know my daughter could multiply. She was actually in the children's house. She was 5 and a half. And the waiter came to our table to let me know that there was a $10 cover charge per person, but he was not charging me for the kids. Before I could say it was okay, my 5-year-old tells him, yeah, that's fine, because 10 times 4 is $40. That's too much money. $20 is okay. And before I could, tell her, stop, I just looked at my husband and said, she multiplied. She was 5. You don't expect a 5-year-old to just multiply out of the blue. So she didn't know she could do it. It just came out naturally.